Welcome to
Yay.
the United States of Tiffany. Our commentary offers a humorous take on wrestling. Please note, we're not bullying or attacking the wrestlers. We're engaging with the choreographed sport and its storylines. Our jokes and observations are about the characters and storylines, not the real people behind them. Tourists and citizens alike, welcome. Enjoy the show, and remember, it's all in good fun.
Well, Smackdown was interesting. Um, let's talk about it. So look, I'm late. It is what it is. And we're going to acknowledge that nicely. No disrespect. Nicely. Okay. Now look. SmackDown went by really fast. There was only one backstage segment that I can recall, aside from Stephanie going up to each and every competitor going into the main event today. But there was a weird vibe to SmackDown. Did it go by quickly? Yes. But let's get into the things that we can talk about storyline wise. Pauline showed up on SmackDown, obviously as the right hand of the Vision's leader, Seth Rollins. He definitely wasn't there, but he made sure his goons was there. When Mariah said, time is social construct and she doesn't believe in it. Child, you was all right with me being late for a couple minutes. You okay? Pauline showed up to basically try to talk for too long. Nothing he said was really worth repeating. Because before he could really get to the nitty gritty of what he was going to say, Cody Rhodes showed up. Cody popped in and basically asked the burning question that we all wanted to know. Okay? What is going on between you and Brock Lesnar? He was like, are you here in the capacity of the Oracle, the wise man, or are you here in the capacity of the advocate? And of course, like a true bullshitter and a great bullshit artist would, he evaded the question and called himself the GOAT. It's another nickname that was given to him due to his status of being added into the Hall of Fame. Now, he basically was like, it's obvious that you would ask the questions about Brock Lesnar, I'd want to know about Brock too, because Brock could destroy you or whatever. It wasn't worth the while the answer, because all of this love and admiration on Brock Lesnar is crazy when you're not supposed to be anybody else's advocate but Seth's, right? So the burning question still is who are you siding with? And Cody made a valid point. Your loyalty wavers at the drop of a dime. So nobody really knows who you're going to be coming out with. But you made sure to introduce Brock Lesnar, even though you supposed to have undying loyalty to Seth Rollins and the Vision. Very, very interesting. Anyways, as he was talking and selling his bullshit, his two goons came out there by the name of Bronson Reed and Brian Breaker. So Cody ran them hoes down quickly. He basically was like, we all know Paul Heyman ain't loyal to nobody. We basically know who he's gonna be loyal to, because he's definitely not gonna be loyal to you. Okay? He said, I'm on your side. Yeah, you. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Now, Brian Breaker didn't like that, so he decided to rip off his shirt. That was his sign of showing that he didn't like that. He ripped off his shirt, y'all. The men stood in the ring and was circling him, and basically Pauline was like, look, Brock Lesnar's not the danger you got to worry about. Okay. They got ready, and Cody was like, this might be stupid, but shit, y'all want to bang? Let's bang, nigga. Let's go. The boys got into it. And per the usual, Cody suffered quite the beatdown. Now, as this progressed, this beatdown lasted maybe 2-3 minutes. And then a saving grace came by the three most dangerous letters in the world in the RKO. Bronson Reed is the one who suffered the RKO. I believe Brian Breaker got taken out by Cody, but I'm not sure. I didn't get to see it. So it is what it is. The next match moved very quickly. When I showed to say the show moved from piece to piece, it moved from piece to piece. Carmelo Hayes and The Miz went up against the Street Profits. Now, the Street Profits got interviewed backstage, and basically what they said was, we a team. We go through trials and tribulations. We have anger. We have bad moments, but we going to push through and persevere. I didn't like it. It smelled like it was rotten, and I feel like even though they pushed through, something bad is going to happen the next time that they're in the ring. But the boys was able to compete against Carmelo and Miz. It was a pretty decent match between the four men, but the Miz kept trying to steal Carmelo Hayes' shine. Every time he gets ready to end the match and close it out, the Miz goes in and steals it. So the Miz decided this time, Carmelo decided this time, we're not finna do that. We're not finna do that. Randy must be in his kill the mobs era. Hell no. It felt like a skit show. It moved so quickly. Carmelo said, you're not about to do that again. No, because every time I turn around, you stealing my shine, bro, and I need you to stop. Miz was looking at him like, what are you doing? The match is over. Like, let me get the pickup. We got the win. That's all that matters. Carmelo wasn't having that. This little distraction and these two having this little battle back and forth led to the loss that they suffered. Now, of course, the Wyatt Sick was sitting out on the outskirts watching. And they have already planted the seed of doubt between these two. So it was only going to be a matter of time before things ended up getting worse. And baby, it's about to get worse, child. Anyways, the Street Profits are now the number one contenders for the tag team titles again. and they seem to be on the same page. And that's where we're going to leave it for now. Now, there was a backstage segment with Damian Priest. Damian Priest messed up Kit last week. And because of that, Kit was in a wheelchair with his arm in a sling. Kit got mad, saw Damian, and decided to approach him and let him know how he felt. He said, I'm a man and you're not going to disrespect me. He put his hands on him, pushing at him. And well, when Damian tried to step towards him, Kit literally tripped over his own. The nigga tripped over his own wheelchair and fell out. This whole time, Aleister Black was appearing and reappearing in the back of the scene. Very creepy shit. Now, as Damian turned around, Aleister told him, hey, I believe you're looking for me. Which to a certain extent, Damian was. And as soon as Damian turned around, Aleister hit him with a nasty black mass. And he told him, this isn't going to end until one of us is the last one standing, which leads me to believe that those two are going to be fighting in a last man standing match, probably on the Smackdown before Crown Jewel. Probably. Moving on. B-Fab had a beautiful gear set up tonight. I don't know who made her gear, but it was gorgeous. Her entrance was so cute. I loved it. I thought she looked great. Her entrance looked great. B-Fab was given very much Hollywood high end. I'm one of the top girls, okay? She looked good. Her entrance looked good. Michin looked great, but I just loved this all pink get up on B-Fab with her red braids. It all worked. She looked absolutely stunning. Makeup flawless, hair flawless. Girl was out there killing it. They had a match. Y'all want to guess who they went up against? Fuck ass Kiana and Julia was out there wrestling. And for once, they let Kiana wrestle today, which Kiana is very good in the ring. However, this match broke down in like at least 2 or 3 spots. But the one that cost Michin and B-Fab the match was Kiana raked Michin over the eyes. And because of that, that cost them, that gave Julia the opening, and she was able to get the tag, which allowed for her to hit her finisher, because I can't remember the name of it. Arrivederci, I think is what it's called. Mm-hmm. And she hit her finisher, and her and Kiana was able to win the tag team match over Michin and Fab and B-Fab. I hate that for them because I feel like they're not really doing enough to build them up, and I need them to give Julia a little bit more tenacity, a little bit more room to be vicious. I need her to be crude. I need her to linger on people's minds after the match. You feel what I'm saying? And that's not happening. So I don't know what they're gonna do, but they didn't have a bad match today. It was pretty good. I just need more from her. You know what I'm saying? All right. So they gave Drew's bum ass a segment. Now, listen, Drew McIntyre is getting ready to go film for Highlander. He's getting ready to play Henry Cavill's brother in Highlander. I don't know when they're going to start filming that. I presume that they will start filming for Highlander next year. If it's either going to start end of this year or beginning of next year. If Highlander is going to come out by the end of this next year, like 2027, depending on when the movie's coming out. But Drew came out there acting like he had a boot on his foot because he got some type of injury after WrestlePalooza. And really, he just is one of the most, he is such a drama queen. And Nick Aldis came out there and was like, Drew, shut the fuck up. Okay, we sick of this bullshit. Your ass is always crying. It's always something with you. It ain't never nobody's fault but your own. You literally are out here talking about the referees are paid by Cody Rhodes and all this other dumb bullshit. We ain't trying to hear that shit. You got this boot on your foot, but ain't got no motherfucking. And the medical team ain't told me nothing about you being injured. He talking about some. I went and got my own medical because I know y'all all corrupt in here. Okay, babe. Okay. Anyways, that led to Jacob coming out there. Jacob came out, told Drew to shut his bitch ass up. Y'all here whining like a bitch, and we tired of that shit. We don't want to hear that shit. He said straight up. Drew said, "Who the hell do you think you are? I'm Drew Blood. I'm Drew fucking McIntyre." And Jacob Fatu said, "You know what? Fuck all this. That nigga kicked that nigga square in his shit." Now, Jacob got pushed. I don't remember if he got pushed or kicked up against the ropes, but either way, it left Drew McIntyre getting his ass whooped by Jacob Fatu. This was Jacob Fatu's way of returning back to the E. He's been gone for about a month. So, hello. I don't know exactly what he was doing, but I mean, he had been going strong since he got there and he had a little break. So it was cool. But he was off TV. I was glad he was there. I was like, I need to see Jacob. Where is he? And then he showed up. And I told my friends Nicole and Alexis, I was like, oh, I'm all powerful. I called for him and he returned. Anyways, glad to see Jacob back. We also got to see the MFTs. Now, what we saw was Solo ensuring that his foot soldiers were going to be 10 toes down for him. So each one gets a reintroduction to the people and, of course, a reintroduction into the family. Now, what he did was he started off with his oldest family member, Tongaloa. Wonder what Tama Tonga thinks about this. Because we haven't seen him since he had that hand injury. And he hasn't been back since. And I wonder, is Tama Tonga okay? And when does he plan on returning? You know? I'm very curious. Anyways, tonight, instead of, talking to Tama, he talked to Jeff. Because Jeff was the next one on the list, the next oldest member of his family. Jeff essentially was, we were reintroduced to Jeff. They ran down everything about him. They told us about how good he was in Ring of Honor. They showed his Ring of Honor belts. They showed him with other titles. They made it very clear what he was capable of and what he has done in his past. Okay? And then they talked about how he was the one that stood up to Jacob and took Jacob out when it was necessary. They made it very, very clear what Jeff was supposed to do and how he was going to be moving forward. But the only question he asked was, "Are you with me? And are you a part of my family?" And Jeff acknowledged him and said, "Yes, Jacob, I love you." That was coming from 2 members of the family. And now we only have 1 left. Which next week, I'm sure we're going to see. Did he beat the shoes off that nigga? He took that fake boot he had on came off. That's what you're looking at. That foot didn't had that boot on there. So when he kicked him, the boot ended up coming off after they fought the second time, if I recall. So that segment was up there. That was pretty much it for backstage segments. We got some segments with Stephanie, Nia, and then we got some segments with Stephanie, Nia, what's her face? Tiffany and Jade Cargill. We had some segments, but it was just basically to show each one of them. And if one of them won, Stephanie was very much aware of all three and what they were capable of. The only one that actually gave her any disrespect was Nia, which makes sense. She disrespect everybody, so it is what it is, babe. We also got to see one more backstage segment. It was between Zarya, Soul Ruka, Charlotte, and of course Alexa Bliss. This was after the tag team match with Michin, B-Fab, and Julia and Kiana. Now, Charlotte and them is back there talking. You know, they like, it's a lot of teams. We got to keep our head on the swivel. So Ruka and Zarya walk up, and Zarya is like, listen, Charlotte, Alexa, we understand y'all at the top. Y'all, we respect y'all and everything that y'all have done. But it's about time y'all come up off them motherfucking titles. Yeah. Y'all gonna have to make some room because Zaruka's coming in and we taking them damn titles. The Charlotte was like, bitch, you gonna have to wait your motherfucking turn, ho. It's other tag teams ahead of you. She said, I can't even wave my hand and get a goddamn title shot. So I know damn well your little ass from NXT ain't finna come up on my shit and demand a damn title shot from me. That's crazy. Child. Zarya and Soul started arguing because Soul is like, yo, Zarya, calm down. She like, please forgive her. She said, you got to chill. This is fucking Charlotte Flair, okay? You can't just talk to her crazy. She was like, I know, because Zarya basically came back at her and was like, I know Charlotte Flair ain't talking about opportunities. I mean, you're a Flair. Since when did you wait in line for anything? I was like, damn, you ain't have to say nothing. Be disrespectful to the girl, Jesus. Charlotte was looking like, oh, bitch, you about to make me revert back to my queen days. And that was when Alexa came in. Alexa said, listen, you two hoes got to fix whatever the fuck you got going on first. Because she said, me and Charlotte, we might not be the best of friends. We may argue, we may get on each other's nerves, and we may think that each other are annoying. But still, at the end of the day, when that bell rings, it's full on business. You feel me? It's all about keeping these tag team titles. And until y'all asses get y'all shit together, you definitely ain't gonna be coming after these tag team titles. But you know what? You got to wait your turn just like everybody else. She said, if you want to be in the ring with us, you got to earn it. So, skedaddle. Go get you an opportunity. Child. She was like, oh, couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you. She was like, we're not going to let some little rookie son us like that. What the fuck? I was like, period, Alexa. Period. Period. We too deep in this game. Anyways, the highlight of the night, my favorite match of the night, was Javon Evans facing off against Sami Zayn. This I did not expect, but it was definitely a treat because Javon Evans is so much fun to watch. Everybody was glued to the screen, and Sammy has been putting on banger after banger after banger these last couple of weeks. He has not had a bad match since he started this open challenge, and it has been awesome to watch. It's been amazing to look at, and everybody he's gone up against, he's either elevated by being in the ring with them or they just have matched each other's energy being in there. This match was so much fun. If anything about SmackDown was rewatchable, this was rewatchable. This was worth the rewatch. Go back and watch it, okay? Because it was so much fun. Javon Evans, however, did not beat Sammy, although he had him multiple times in this match. Javon just could not best Sammy. Sammy gave him a big up, let him know, like, hey, man, You are next up, I promise you. But as Javon was at least trying to celebrate the respect, here come a hating ass nigga, if I ever seen one, and Josh Briggs. Now let me read Josh Briggs for a little bit. You know, Josh Briggs, for somebody who likes to talk a lot of shit, you sure are copying a lot of your swag and style from other people. You're an amalgamation, and not a good amalgamation, of the American badass version of the Undertaker. You've got a little bit of Stone Cold Steve Austin, or at least you're trying to. And you just look like a reject biker who didn't get the job, so you decided to create your own biker gang. But you be at home basically selling insurance. You're not a biker. You don't sell drugs. You don't stab people. That's not your goal. Okay? That's not your goal. So Josh Briggs attacked Javon after this match. And I hope Javon Evans beat him, because there is a match at No Mercy with him and Josh Briggs. And I'm really hoping that Javon gets the W, because he deserves it over Josh Briggs. Let's just keep it fucking real. All right, what was Smackdown? I was at work the whole time. I'll tell you what, Nicole, Smackdown went by so fucking fast. By the time we got to the end of the show, it was 9:40. There were 2 backstage segments at best, maybe 3. There was no, recourse as to Carmelo Hayes and their loss to the Street Profits. There was no real recourse about the Street Profits reuniting and being back as a team. They just popped back up together. I don't know who is running SmackDown, other than they said Road Dogg was supposed to be the head person over there. But nigga, whatever you doing, you are being weird. You're being weird, and I need you to stop. Because there's no continuity, rhyme, or reason to what you're doing. And it's just coming across as just odd. And you're just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, you have to literally sit back and just really watch and think about what is happening. Like, what we're seeing on the screen is not reflecting. It's just, I'm just like, this is not worth it. This just ain't. This don't give fun. Does that make sense? It's not giving fun. It's not giving, let me stay interested in this storyline. It's not giving that at all, because he doesn't, there's no continuity to it. And I'm irritated at how this show is being booked. I'm also irritated at how certain feuds are being stretched out for no reason. Like, Damian Priest should not still be involved with Damian Priest should not still be involved with Aleister Black. At least in my humble opinion, he shouldn't be. You should have had Black move on and should be going over to Sami Zayn or something. Like, what are you doing? He needs to lock in or pass it along. He got to do something. SmackDown is 2 hours. Should be no thinking with that show. Nicole? Dry, you was watching it. SmackDown went by quick as hell.
It did.
The matches weren't bad.
No.
But it went by so fast. And it's not even that it was bad that it went by so fast. But it went by so fast. And then when you get to the women's match, let me tell y'all what happened with this women's match. Because Nia girl, you got some explaining to do. You understand? Because what happened? Let me tell y'all. He's booking SmackDown like it's Raw. But even if he did, like, I would be okay if he kept continuity with it. Let me tell you what she did. This match was okay. The match ended up it looked awkward because Jay got cut really bad. When she got over there by them, by the stairs, Nia was supposed to, Nia was trying to, I think she was trying to Samoan drop her on the steps. She ended up reversing it, and it was bad. It was bad. She ended up reversing it, and she got Nia Samoan dropped on them steps. When Jade got up, Jade Cargill was bleeding. Think Serrano versus Taylor cut. Okay? Y'all following me? Jared, is that accurate enough? It's like that cut that Serrano got when she faced off against Taylor in that second fight that we all watched on Netflix. It was that bad. She was bleeding. Face in the camera, you could see it. She wasn't hiding shit. But it was just an adrenaline rush from her getting the Samoan drop off, and she got up and got in the camera face. Once she realized she was bleeding, she stopped, and then Ref Daphne got over there because she knew she was bleeding. She got over there, and Nia got up. Tiffany Stratton. Oh, they got a Stardom show. That's cute. Tiffany Stratton got up, and Nia and Tiffany started fighting while they tended to the cut for Jade. Jade got the bleeding stopped, so she was able to continue the match. Jade got ready to get in there, and it was towards the end that the botch happened. When they got to the part where Tiffany, what did she do to get Nia Jax down?
I can't remember. Oh, she Jade went for the pin.
Cause Jay had got
Jay got Nia in the ring.
She got her Nia down.
Jay pinned Nia.
Tiffany came in, interrupted,
kicked Jade off of Nia, and she then went for the pin.
Yeah, Nia.
At that point, Nia was supposed to kick out.
Listen. Daphne had to stop the damn count because she was supposed to kick out. I would have just counted it. The match would have been over. Nia did not kick out. Nia was laid out. She was supposed to kick out. The ref is like, Nia, you can hear her tell her you supposed to kick out. Nia kicks out after Tiffany gets up. The ref doesn't stop the count. Then she throw her shoulder up.
Right.
What the fuck was that? Then Tiffany got Nia down again, did the prettiest moonsault and pinned her. That right there was a botch that shouldn't have happened. You should have improvised. If Nia was gonna lose and eat the pin in the first place, you should have kept counting. Match should have been over.
Yeah.
Nia could have got in trouble in the back for not kicking out when she was supposed to. But you should have counted that shit as is because it looked wonky and it looked weird. I said, bitch, what are you doing? She just laid there. Daphne like Nia.
Dude. And it was like, Nia, you're supposed to kick out. And she went, oh.
I said, girl.
Tiffany already reacted to the ref saying it was two.
But she said, Daphne and them did say it. They all moved and acted like Nia kicked out. Nia's ass kicks out after everybody done got up and stood up on their feet. Mm-hmm. Then she kicks out. I said, what the fuck did you do that? Why? I'm sitting here looking at it. I said, did we watch the same thing? Drew, did you see that shit? He was like, yeah, I saw that shit.
Well, I'm laughing.
And you know what? It was a good match up until that point.
Yep, up until the very end.
It was not a bad match. It wasn't botchy. It had some wonky moments, but you got people in the ring that really don't have a lot of great chemistry with each other. And I've noticed that with Tiffany and Jay, they gotta really be rocking with people that have good chemistry with them in the ring. Nia can pretty much wrestle anybody. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But Jade and Tiffany have this thing where they kind of have to have a little bit of of a gelling for them to get going in the ring with certain people. And I understand that everybody don't have that same chemistry and shit, but that was not a factor in this match. The match was okay. It just got fucked up by the vet. Nia was the vet in this match. You should have known better. I would have just told her, Daff, count it. Just count it. I fucked up. That's what I would have said. If you was too tired to go on, tell her to count it. If I'm the referee, I'm making a call on the fly. I'm finishing that count. Mm-hmm. She was supposed to lose the match anyway. She was supposed to eat the pin anyway. No matter how the finish happened, it happened. I would have just got in trouble and been like, hey, did you want it to look stupid on TV or not?
And the improvised Nia didn't kick out like she was supposed to. I had to call it.
So I made a call on the fly. Shit. That was just ridiculous. I'm like, oh my God, what the hell? She said, Jay too pretty, you know. They freak out on main roster when a pretty bitch bleeds. And when I tell you she was bleeding, baby, she was bleeding. And this wasn't no, oh, she got a little blood or she got a little cut on her cheek. No, she had a gash over her eye and she was bleeding. Crimson mask red. That girl healthy as hell because that red was bright. Wasn't that blood bright? Mm-hmm. I said, you healthy. Completely forgot. If she ain't stopped, she would have got fired. She would have got fined. I'd take that fine. It was Nia's first day. Oh, hell no. Hell no. I heard this triple threat was shit from a butt. No, that's not true. I don't know why people are making it seem like the triple threat was garbage. The triple threat wasn't garbage. The finish that was messed up.
Yeah, it was a decent match.
It wasn't a bad match. I said, damn, you the vet in the match. Exactly. That's and Gail Kim's hood side are the only things on my Twitter line. Child. 2K would have put on a better match. True. Take that shit on the chin and move. I would have just left it. She was pouring. She was. She gonna need that stitch. But I mean, the finish of the match is what it is. I will say this. Tiffany's gear was super cute today. But her hair, I don't know who did Tiffany hair in the back. But one of you hoes is grimy as fuck. Because y'all took a whole track after y'all took her hair and split it up. Then y'all did her mini buns in the back. But y'all put a whole track under them buns and underneath her hair. Y'all dirty as hell. They copyright invasion. Oh, shit now. They gonna do it. They gonna do it, Jared. They gonna do it. They gonna put that black screen on it anyways, child. Ooh, Nicole, if they do it, if they pull the trigger, I'll be hype. I'll be hype. I'm surprised it stayed in, baby. I don't know who did this, but whoever you is, you're wrong. It's two left shoes. You understand me? You put that damn track in the back of that girl's head and did not flat iron it in the top. It was supposed to be a two-tone track, and you left it so it looked worn and used in the back of her head. Now, I don't know about y'all, but the way that my homegirls and the stylists that I know lay tracks, they part our hair and put the tracks in there. Y'all just spaced off the hair and put tracks in there. Then you got this girl walking around with these buns in her head, and this whole track is showing in the back. You can tell it's the track and not her hair. Why would you do that? Especially with Kaylani winning that title. Babe. Stapled in. Baby, they didn't even try. They didn't even try. I said, I know you fucking lying. Why would you do that? They don't like her, whoever did that hair. The buns on her head was so cute. She looked very nice today. I ain't even gonna shit on Tiffany today. She looked really cute. Gear was cute. I liked her buns, but it was the back of her head that was fucking crazy to me. Nuts. I mean, they've done Alexa worse. The problem I always had with Alexa Bliss was that they had the audacity to put pigtails in her hair and show her fucking tape ends. If you're gonna do that, then put the tape ends under her hair and then part her hair so you can't see the tape ends. I never understood why you let that girl walk around with her tape ends out. Now she wear her extensions. She still wears her hair in a ponytail, but her extensions are, if she got tape ends, it's in her hair. It's layered properly. God, it took her getting married to the damn fucking the fucking band boy, the boy band dude for her to just to get some decent extensions, bitch. Like, goodness. Now my girl Blake hair ain't never a mess. You ain't lying, but she might get fucked up on Saturday. She gonna be out there in them elements on Saturday, baby. Nah, they just laid them in. And she probably got microlink money at this point. And you know what? Wearing microlinks is not healthy for women who have very thin hair like that, because it pulls out your hair. They had them hair fusion pieces where it actually fuses to your hair, the actual hair that they have those. But child, that was Smackdown. And that's what everybody's talking about. This match with Jade Cargill, Nia Jax, and Tiffany Stratton. It wasn't a bad match. Nia Jax is the one who botched the ending of the match. Simple as that. But I can tell you this, we all knew Tiffany's ass was going to win. If you didn't think she was winning, you're crazy. We all knew that bitch was winning. So now we got the lineup for Crown Jewel. It has changed. Cody Rhodes is still facing off against Seth Rollins for the Crown Jewel Championship. But now Stephanie knows who her opponent is for the Crown Jewel Championship. And all we looking at is who is Triple H's favorite now. That's how you need to gauge this match. Who is his current favorite? And that's who gonna win. And then we have the fan requested match of John Cena versus AJ Styles. And that's all. Mm-hmm. Not as a problem. Just from them saying she was champ for 265 days. I think she does, but she always had a good amount of hair. She doesn't add that many extensions. Fair. Is Stephanie, you think Stephanie winning? Whoever Triple H's favorite is at the moment is the one who's gonna be winning. Am I gonna get my lemonade or no? But on to more pressing matters. No Mercy is Saturday, September 27th. And we got a couple of matches. Lola Vice is facing off against JC Jane for her NXT Women's Championship. I didn't get to do predictions because I didn't finish adding all the matches. Hold on. Hello? Yeah. Kevin's outside. He wants you to send the boys outside, which they're probably asleep right now.
Logan ain't sleep. KJ is.
Okay. I'm gonna pick JC Jane. I think JC's probably gonna win this match. And Lainey Reed probably gonna help. I'll get to Opal Timmy and them in a second. Tavion Heights versus Ethan Page. I think Ethan Page gonna retain this belt. I think he's holding it for somebody else. Hopefully it's for Javon Evans. I would like for Javon to get that title. Speaking of Javon, I think Javon is going to beat Josh Briggs. He deserves to beat him, honestly. So Ruka is defending her WWE Speed Championship against Lainey Reed. Would I be sad if Lainey got the Speed Championship match? No. I mean, got the title? No. But this match can go either way. I would be happy with either one of them retaining or getting the title. Okay. This match is probably going to be the one that I'm looking forward to the most because it's going to be a weaponized cage match. So they're going to have weapons everywhere in this match. The girls are going to be going at it. Who do I think is going to win? If Jordan Grace is not staying in NXT any longer, then the smart move to do would be to give this one to Blake and proceed forward with Blake as is. But seeing as how Blake has already beaten Jordan, if she plans on staying, giving Jordan the W over Blake wouldn't be a bad idea. But if you wanted her to still look strong, just have her beat the shit out of her after the match over. And then finally, this one I'm very leery about. These two have been going at it, but their feud has landed pretty even kill. Neither one of them has more momentum over the other. And it can go either way. I would love for Ricky to win the championship and be champion in NXT for a little bit. I would love that. But I just don't know. Stephanie gonna work the hell out of that girl. Period. Damn, tomorrow? Yes, it is tomorrow. Well, today, because it is 12 o'clock. So it's later on today. Not you can't breathe. Love how everyone is saying holding it for someone. Well, she said, yes, my babies. I can't. Something stinks about that men's match. I don't know. I am hoping that it's a good match, but I am hoping that Ricky gets it. However, he could lose and then win the Iron Survivor and go back at it as Stand and Deliver. So we don't know. But I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be an interesting time. Now, both the show goes on Peacock. NXT No Mercy is on Peacock. It is not on ESPN. So for those of you who don't have ESPN, but you have Peacock, you can watch NXT No Mercy. You will also be able to watch Saturday Night Main Event. Up until next year, all of that stuff is still going to be on Peacock app, as far as I know. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is where we're at. I hope you guys enjoyed this recap of SmackDown. I tried to make it as entertaining as possible, but I can only do so much. I can only work with so much. So do not forget, y'all. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to look out for Wrestle Eats. It is coming in October. And I will see you guys in my next one, which will probably be tomorrow after NXT No Mercy. I love y'all, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more wrestling content. Check out our merch and consider becoming a member for exclusive perks, special emojis, and members-only content.